Since Roe v. Wade was overturned last year, 14 states have implemented near total abortion bans. One of those states is Idaho, where abortion is a felony unless it's a matter of saving a mother's life or a case of rape or incest that's been reported to the police. So anyone who helps a minor leave the state for an abortion could face jail time. Even supporters of the abortion ban say there have been unexpected consequences of the law. Adriana Diaz went to Idaho to see how these laws are affecting pregnant patients and the doctors who care for them. Adriana, good morning to you.
Good morning, Gayle. Idaho's laws have actually fueled an exodus of OBGYNs from the state. Doctors we spoke with said treating non-viable pregnancies where the fetus will not survive puts them and their patients in what they call an impossible position.
I can't describe the amount of love that I have for this little girl.
Becca Vincent Brown says the joy of having her first child far surpassed anything she could have imagined.
There you go.
And how was it trying for a second?
It took us about a year.
And when you found out you were pregnant?
Ecstatic.
But at 16 weeks, tests revealed multiple abnormalities.
And it was at that point in time that it really kind of hit. Sorry. Okay. That it really kind of hit both my husband and I that it wasn't going to be a viable baby.
Doctors diagnosed Vincent Brown's expected baby with triploidy. Many of the organs were malformed, including the brain, kidneys, and heart, a fatal diagnosis for the fetus.
She explained to us that, you have a couple options. One, you could bring this baby until it spontaneously miscarries or stillbirths, or you can have an abortion. But unfortunately, because of Idaho's laws currently right now, it can't be within the state of Idaho.
She and her husband had to drive 7 hours to Portland and bring their 2-year-old because they couldn't find last-minute childcare. On the first day of a 2-day procedure, she was dilated, but overnight she went into labor at the hotel.
There was a really, really intense contraction, and my water broke. We went to the bathroom, and then ultimately I gave birth to the baby in the hotel bathroom. I had to stifle cries because my child is on the other side of the wall.
In her pack and play.
In her pack and play. Sleeping. And my other child is sitting in the hotel bathroom.
I think I have not gone to bed without thinking about what happened to her.
When Dr. Ann Feiner, Vincent Brown's OB in Boise, heard what happened, she was overcome with emotion.
Sadness, just really hopeless. I'm frustrated, feeling like there was so much harm that happened to her that didn't need to happen.
How dangerous was it for her?
Very dangerous.
Why is there so much confusion over the exemption that abortions are allowed if it's to save a woman's life?
Because it's really hard to define at what point you're saving that woman's life. Someone might come in an emergency, bleeding, and I won't know the right thing to do, whether it's legal or not.
Idaho's laws are fueling an exodus of OBGYNs. More than half of the state's high-risk OBs will have left by the end of the year, leaving empty offices, including this one, behind.
Did Idaho go too far with this abortion ban?
No, I think it's a good starting point.
Idaho State Representative, Republican John Vanderwoude, who describes himself as pro-life, chairs the Health and Welfare Committee. He voted for the abortion ban, but says his position has evolved.
We have to have something in there that includes the health of the mother, not just the life of the mother. And I must say, I'm pro-life, but I'm also pro-life for the mother, too.
But he'll likely face resistance in the Republican-dominated Idaho State Legislature, which earlier this year refused to add an exception to protect a mother's health.
So that was our decision, was to focus on the life versus more of a health type exception.
What do you plan to say to your colleagues who are steadfastly no on this issue?
I think that they're wrong. That I think you can't be pro-life and not care about the life of the mother and the health of the mother. I just don't see you can separate those two.
Becca?
For now, Dr. Feiner says she's staying in Idaho.
Good. How have things been going?
Because of patients like Vincent Brown, who's expecting again.
Let me know if I push too hard, okay?
Oh, hello, face.
How do you feel about this law having gone through what you went through?
The trauma that I experienced, I blame completely on the legislation. And it's really pushing me to try to make a change.
She is so determined to make a change that Vincent Brown is suing the state of Idaho along with other patients and doctors. They allege the state's strict abortion ban has resulted in, quote, grave harms to pregnant patients. Guys.
Boy, Adriana, that's quite a story. Trauma is the word there. Thank you so much. It's interesting to see the lawmaker's evolution.
Yeah.
I like the point that he made. I'm pro-life, but I also think you have to take into consideration the health of the mother.
Yeah.
And many people don't look at that part of the equation.
We have these doctors. The interview with the OBGYN was amazing because she's making very difficult medical decisions, but now you're asking her to make legal decisions as well, and they don't know what to do. And these are split-second, moment-to-moment decisions.
And the doctor makes a valid point. She could have saved that mother from so much trauma that she did not have to go through.
I'm glad to see they're expecting again. Yeah, I'm glad to see they're expecting again. All right, Adriana, thank you very much. It's a powerful, powerful piece.